This is the solution video for the C3 Lego puzzle box by Cheat3. If you've not already built this box, I suggest building it first before you get spoiled on all the solutions. This puzzle has 6 locks. It has this one here, the bottom part of the H, the top part of the H. There is a lock here, so that's 3. This portion here needs to extend, that's 4. This is number 5, and there's another one here for 6. One of the hardest parts about this box is maybe just finding the tool. This is a tool, but it's flush with the side of the box, and it's very difficult to remove as is. You also notice some movement in these sliders here. If you remember Gemini, this was taken from Gemini. So this is a way to incorporate Gemini's principles into a larger box. But we need to find the tool first. And in order to do that, you need to find this corner right here. So where these 3 stripes kind of meet at the edge, there's this white brick here, and I want to push it in. That extends this portion of the 3 outwards. It seems counterintuitive to be able to push this same piece again in a different direction. It doesn't seem possible with Lego, but that's actually what you want to do next, is push that same brick, but in this direction, popping out the center portion of the C. And that will clear a path here for the axle to be released. You may need to pull this the C portion out with your hand just to extend it fully, but that should drop out the axle. Now that I have the axle, I'm going to reset this part, and I just push in the C portion first and the 3 portion second. I like to remove this piece next. That's just how I solve it. So I'm gonna do that. In order to get this out, this axle here is extending into the box, and we need to release it. And in order to do that, we need to line up these sliders on the left-hand side. Okay, so when the first one, let's see if you can see this. When the first slider is extended half, and the second slider is extended half on the other side, like half of a brick length, and the third slider is extended a full brick length to the left, that allows a pathway. And I think it's a little bit further to the left right now. I need to slide it over. So it looks like it's actually, the first one is line flush, the second one is a half to the right, and the third one is a half to the left. And that is with the face, with the sliders facing you. So I push my axle in, and that releases this, the axle with the nail head on the end. And it's actually a little bit difficult to remove this axle because this one is almost all the way in. If you push it all the way in, you'll have to kind of push them halfway. So I like to extend it just a little bit, pull that axle out, set it there, and grab my tool back. So again, the solution is the first one flush, the second one a half brick to the right, and the third slider a half brick to the left. All right, now when we're trying to release this bottom one, what you want to do is you want to shift the first one over, so that one is a half brick extended to the left. Then you want to match this second one up with the first one. So that one actually, let's see. You can see that those two, well, maybe you can't, but the first and the second are now aligned. And the second one is flush. The first one's a half length to the left, the second one is flush, and the third one, I'm going to push a full length over to the left. And when I stick my axle in, you can kind of see that it's 4 lengths. You want it to be 4 lengths. If it's only 3 lengths, you don't have the right configuration. So I'll line it up there. You can see that when I stick it all the way in and I mark it with my finger, it's 4 lengths in. So what that does, if you watch right here, it will extend that bottom part of the H. If I push it to my right, it extends it halfway. So I'll do that again. Hopefully you can see. All right, so that got it halfway, but not all the way. So in order to get it all the way, I leave the first one and the third one alone, and I'm just rotating the second. So let's see if I can get it on camera. So I'm shifting that one over until it matches again. And so now the first one is flush, the second one is a half length to the left, and the third one is kind of like maybe a 3/4 out to the left. So I put my axle in again, and I just, if you watch here, that extends it the full way. It is actually possible if you rotate these all the way over, you can kind of stick your finger in and push it out like that. Totally legit move. It wasn't how it was intended, but it is totally fine to do it that way too. Okay, what's next? So we got the bottom portion of the H, we got this one out. Next, I like to extend this top part of the A. So in order to do that, I'm going to reset this part so it's like I'm finding my tool again, and I'm gonna stick my 7th length axle into the spot where the tool was housed. And then I'm gonna take this axle and I'm just going to push it in so that that top portion of the A extends. And then I can get my tools back. I'm done with this little tool now. It was literally just to help extend that portion of the A. Next, I am going to release this top portion of the H. And in order to do that, I need to reset this part that houses the tool. So I'm going to push that side in, this side in, and then I just find this hole right here. And I use my 7 length axle to just push that part straight out. So I don't know if you saw that, but if you see this top part of the H, I'm just pushing straight in. Okay, now that we have those 2 locks and this lock out and this one out, we can work on these last 2. So this one with the E and this one on the other side of the 3, they are linked. And what I want to do is put my axle in to this hole here. And I push it in, and that extends this piece here. And I'm just going to pull, if I have the A, the T, and the E facing towards me, I'm going to pull this piece towards me. And if it's not working, you may need to kind of pull it out before you pull it towards you. But it should be in this configuration where it's flush with the 3. Now that I do that, I take this part of my axle and I just pull it outwards. There's a little brick in there that's blocking, and it needs to be towards the edge of this, the face that has the 3. So when I do that, that drops out my winning button. If the button is having trouble falling, it's probably because this piece is just slightly angled into the box. So just kind of jiggle that piece, and if you push down on this, the lime 2x2 tile there, that should release the winning button. And then for the reset, you just put the winning button directly into the puzzle. And then you shift this part over and into the box. This you can just pull out. You push this part in. You reset that axle and you push in these two parts of the H. Actually, yes. If you're having trouble putting the tool back in, it's because this top part of the H needs to be pushed in. When the H looks like that, and that part is extended, the tool won't go in. You can push it like that, but it's now blocked. So we need to make sure that that is pushed in. And then to reset the tool, you just push this one back, that one over, drop your tool in, and it's ready to be solved again. Hopefully you like the C3 puzzle box. If you did, give us a like, and we will see you all on the next one. Cheat 3, out.